Hey there and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to use our Java Obsession Baked Eyeshadow Palette. It's just a really pretty palette, and I have green eyes, and so these brown and gold shades just go really nicely with my eye color. Okay, so first thing I want to note is that I do already have primer on my eyelids. This is very important. It just preps your eyelids for concealer and just helps your eyeshadows go on very smoothly. And next I'm going to apply concealer. I'm actually going to be using two different shades, and I'm actually going to be mixing them on the back of my hand. So I have the medium beige and I have the fair nude. So I'm going to apply this to the back of my hand like so. Can't see that. And then I'm gonna take some of our fair nude. And one thing that I have found with my eyes is that it is really easy to just apply it with my fingers, but I'll show you one application and then I'll do the other one with my brush. So I'm just gonna apply this directly to my lid. And then I do like to use a brush for up closer to my brows, just to kind of carve out my brow a little bit. So I'll show you guys how I do that. So I'm using our eyeshadow brush here. It's just a nice flat tool. And just carve out those brows. You can go back over what you already applied. Alright, and then same thing for the other brow. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more product. And the reason that I like to use concealer before eyeshadows, first of all, it helps to work as a base, but it also just helps to kind of give you an eye wash so that you're not having like veins and stuff show through, because your eyelids are really thin. A lot of times they can tend to look purple or blue. So it's important to make sure that you are just smoothing out that surface and evening out those colors before you begin. And eyeshadow is another one of those that it's been difficult for me to learn. And I actually discovered that I do have hooded eyes, or at least slightly hooded eyes. And so it kind of changed up the way that I was doing my eyeshadow. And it has really helped. So hopefully what I share with you guys today can help you if you have similar eye types. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is make sure that we set that concealer, and I'm going to be using our pink veil today, and I'm just going to be using a fluffy eyeshadow brush, dipping it in there and tapping it off, and then I'm just going to tap it onto my eyelid and just make sure that I cover all those surfaces. All right. And that just kind of helps to prepare your lid for that eyeshadow. Okay, so now that our concealer is ready to go, I'm gonna show you how to actually use this beautiful palette. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to use my, this shade right here, this transition shade, and I'm gonna use that in my crease right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my brush here, just dust that on there. Tap off any excess, and then I'm just going to go ahead and open my eyes and determine where that line is, where my crease is, okay? And I'm going to go right above that, okay? If you have hooded eyes like I do, it might help you to like look down into a mirror like I'm doing right now, so that you don't have any creasing going on. And then you're just going to want to do a windshield wiper motion, just back and forth, until you have that blended in well. And I feel like I went up a little high right here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna brush a little bit of concealer right over that, and that'll just even that all right out. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take the darkest shade in this palette, and I'm gonna drop it in the outer V of my eye, okay? So again, I'm gonna take that brush, drop it right here, and I'm gonna just do little circular motions, and I'm only going to bring it to like the outside of my pupil, okay? So not going in very far at all, getting more product if you need more product. All right, so I have that blended in fairly well. If you notice any spots that need to be blended out, you can just go back in and just use those little circular motions and just blend that out until you're happy with how that looks. Now I'm going to show you how to apply the gold one. I love this one, and there's a few different ways you can do it. I actually like to use my finger, so I'll just dip that in there, and then I'll actually go right above my pupil and just kind of begin to blend that in. And as you can see, I don't go all the way up my lid with this. I just want to stay nice and subtle. And as you can see, that just really helps to pop my eye. And then I'm also going to apply a little bit of this right up along my brow line, just to kind of help highlight my brow bone. And I'm also going to pop a little bit right in the corner of my eye right here. And same thing on the other side. All right, and there you have it. That is the way that I like to use my Java Obsession palette, but really you can do so many different things with this eyeshadow palette. I hope you found this tutorial helpful.